Yo, this is DJ Many. Welcome to Yankee in Japan. One American, many stories, all from the land of the rising sun. So sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
Astro Boy.
Yo, what's good? This is DJ Money, an American Yankee in the land of the rising sun. Well, happy Sunday, folks. Over here in Osaka, Japan, it's a gray day, feeling kinda meh, but it's okay. Your boy is here to make you feel good, so let's sit back, relax, and have a good old time. So it's the Christmas season. Welcome to December. December has descended upon us. Today is the 13th of December, 2020, and man, it's been a crazy year. So my friend in New York told me about some news that I had no idea was going on. Apparently, a very top official in the Israeli Defense Force, or something like that, mentioned some type of galactic federation. Apparently, aliens exist, is public news, and a government official is admitting to this. And he also says that President Trump apparently knows about this too, and that the governments of the world are keeping it a secret because we don't want people to panic. Well, people are already panicking because of the coronavirus, and that's another one. Like, man, this has been a wild year. It's almost over, and I pray to God that next year is a lot better. So, change the topic. Let's move on to something a little bit lighter and cheerier and merrier. Merry Christmas. I know it's early, but Merry Christmas. Happy birthday, Jesus. And to all my Christmas babies out there, happy birthday to you, baby. So what do you want for Christmas? I want a new bike. So, here's some other news. The other day, I parked my bike at Fusei Station. Fusei is a station here in Higashi Osaka City, where I live. And it's commonplace for people in Osaka to just park their bikes anywhere. And I literally mean anywhere. So it's not uncommon to go to the station and see people parking their bikes in the bike rack. But right beside that, where the sidewalk is, people just leave their bikes there. And I do that too. You know, I'm just going to admit to that. I leave my bike places where I shouldn't. And I got my key. I locked my bike, got my key, and I went about my business. Now, coming back home, it was pretty late, and I almost forgot that I parked my bike there. So, when I got back home, I looked for my key, I rummaged through my pockets, and lo and behold, it wasn't there. Oh crap. I lost my key. Are you serious? Yeah, I lost my key. And I searched high, and I searched low. I searched in, and I searched out. And I searched around and around. And lo and behold, my key was not found. So, as expected, I went back to Fusei Station, and bye bicycle. My bike was gone. Now, the people who take the bikes here in Osaka, they have these places, and I don't know who takes them. It might be the popos. It might be some type of company, like a towing company for bikes. I don't know. But they take the bikes to these big places where they just pile the bikes that they take from illegally parked bikes, and they pile them on top of each other. I've heard that mine might be somewhere under a bridge. Someone is properly managing the place, so I just have to go there with my keys or with some type of, I don't know, some type of chain cutter and try to pry open my bike and get it back. But for the moment, I have no idea where it is. So a friend of mine said she's going to call the station for me and see if she can dig up some information. I tried contacting them myself, but they didn't seem to know. So I have no idea. I don't know. So if you would find it in your big, big hearts and your wallets to buy me a new bike, I would be so happy. I'd be your best friend forever. Forever. I promise you. What about you? What do you want for Christmas? New pair of shoes? A girlfriend? A wife? A man? Whatever it is, I pray that you get it. I pray that you get what you need. So folks, today I'm going to talk about a driving adventure. And I did this in my Japanese podcast, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm reading this directly from the Japanese script. Now, I'm going to do my best to make it not sound like I'm reading a script, but I am reading a script. Not only that, I'm having to simultaneously translate this from Japanese to English. Now, I might speak some Japanese here and there for my English speakers, and I'm also providing a transcript, which is, for those of you who may not have English as their first language, it's basically everything I'm saying written down. It's the script, right? And if you want to follow along, practice your English listening skills, zehi okiki kudasai. Give it a listen. Alright, so let's get this show started. So guys, do you like driving? I love driving. It's one of my hobbies. Unfortunately, I don't have a car here in Japan, so I can't drive, but I do like to drive. America, the home of the great, home of the brave, or something like that. America is a car society. We love our cars. We have many, many cars on the streets. We have small cars. We have big cars. We have gas guzzlers. We have eco cars. We have everything under the sun. I'm sure those of you who have been to America, or maybe you who haven't, have that image of the USA. It's a car society. The reason why is because for Americans, a car equals freedom. And Americans, we love our freedom so much that we renamed French fries Freedom Fries. Did you know about that one? Look it up. Gugute. Unlike Japan, we don't have a Shinkansen or a bullet train. We don't have a train that goes throughout the whole country because our country is too freaking huge. It's a continent, not a country. It's that big. We just don't have the financial leeway or any reason really to build a national train system anymore. Now, we were doing it back in the day, but it never panned out. The car industry won out, and it's been that way ever since. So that's how it is in America. Yeah, freedom. I love driving because it makes me feel free. There's nothing like getting on the empty road or the open road. My empty roads are okay too, but on the open road, especially in America, with your car, driving wherever you want to, putting on some music, you know, especially if you have a convertible. To all you Japanese speakers, that's open car. And open car is Japanese English for convertible. Especially if you get a convertible, right? It's summer. It's like, you know, it's almost evening. So it's not that hot, but it's hot enough where if you don't have a roof or you roll the windows out, it feels good. You got the sunset. You're listening to some new retro wave. I don't know. It's freedom. So, because I like driving, I thought I wanted to drive in Japan too, but because the roads here are so small and the lanes are on the opposite side, I was actually a little afraid. I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted to drive, but I was pretty nervous about it. So, I gave up on it. But just in case, I did get what's called an IDP, or International Driver's Permit, and that's something that's only good for a year. After a year, you have to get the driver's license for the country that you're in. When I lived in Ehime, I thought that maybe it might be wise to get a driver's license for my next job. I knew I wasn't going to stay on the tiny island I was living on. I wanted to live somewhere else. And a lot of ALT jobs, a lot of teaching jobs for foreigners here require a car if you're in the countryside. So I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to get a car. All right. So I made the decision. Now, fortunately, if you have a license in your own country, and you have the IDP, which is proof of that, you can do something called a gaimen kirikai. Gaimen kirikai. Yes, a gaimen kirikai. Gaimen kirikai means that you basically take your home country's driver license and convert it to a Japanese driver's license. Hooray! That's great news, right? That means I don't have to go to Japanese driving school, which is extremely expensive, like extortionately expensive. Fortunately for Americans, I don't know about other countries, but compared to Japan, the driving school in America is chō yasui, which is dirt cheap, means very cheap in English. So how much do you think it is in America? My Americans, don't say anything. I want everyone else to guess. How much? Going once. Going twice. Okay. So on average, the most you're going to be paying is about maybe 80,000 yen or 100,000 yen. In American dollars, that is about 800 bucks or 1,000 bucks. So 8万、10万ぐらい。それが最大。That's the maximum you're going to pay for driving school in America. So, like I said, unfortunately, I was able to do the Gaimen Kirikai. I got my American driver's license converted to a Japanese driver's license. And of course, I still have my American driver's license. It's just showing proof that I know how to drive a car. Now, the difficult thing is, right? I still had to take the driving test. I had to get on the driving course and prove that I knew how to drive in the land of the rising sun as an American Yankee. So when it comes to money, financially, in the case of America, driving school is a lot cheaper, but the driving test in Japan is crazy difficult. They make you do ridiculous things. You have to say every single move you make before you make it. And you can say it in English, but you have to make an effort. And you have to be right on the dot. If you make one mistake, you're out. It's not 3 strikes, you're out. This ain't baseball. This is 1 go. And if you can't go, then you're out of luck. That's what we're dealing with in Japan. Now, most foreigners, like myself, we don't pass this test on the first go. It is nigh impossible. And if you look online, you can see many stories of people going through the extra effort, doing their best, but still taking this test 5 times, 6 times, sometimes 10 times. Most people don't pass on the first try. If you do, you are blessed by God Almighty. Plus, this is something about my situation, not most foreigners, but in my situation, I lived in Ehime, and not on Shikoku, the big main island, or the big island of Japan. I lived on a small remote island in the Seto Naikai, the Seto Inland Sea. The Seto Inland Sea is between the island of Shikoku and Honshu, specifically Hiroshima Prefecture and Okayama Prefecture. So that's where your boy was for 2 years. Because I was living there, there was no place I could actually go to get my license. There's no, what do we call that in America? The driver's license center, the DL. Oh man, I'm forgetting English. I don't remember what it's called, but basically it's the driver's license center, the Unten Menko Center. Yeah, we don't have that in the Seto Naikai. There's no way you're gonna have that in the Seto Naikai, man. So, what did I have to do? I had to go to the nearest place, which is Matsuyama City, which is on Shikoku Prefecture, right? Now, from my little island, I had quite a trip to take. I had to take a boat from my island to a place called Yuge Island. From Yuge, I transferred to an express ship, which went to a city called Imabari. Boom, okay, I'm there on Shikoku Island. But that's not it. From Imabari City, I had to take the train from Imabari to Matsuyama. Now, how much time do y'all think that takes? Just let me know. Going once. Going twice. Okay, one way is about 3 whopping hours. 3 hours, man. 3 hours. I kid you not. And that's the fastest way, because there is an express train, but if you don't take the express train, it might take even longer. On top of that, there was no way that I could go there and come back in 1 day. It ain't possible. So at least I had to stay for 1 day. Alright? So we got the money it takes to get there, plus the money I had to spend the night. Wow, that is crazy. So anyway, like I said earlier, most foreigners don't pass this test on the first try, right? Now, if you don't pass it on the first try, you have to go again. And in my situation, because I live so freaking far, that meant it was extra difficult for me. I had a lot on the line. Now, because I wasn't used to driving in Japan, I had to get some practice. So I had my friend, my boy. He was part of the ferry staff. On our island, we had one boat that went there. Pretty young cat, pretty cool guy. He loved cars, and I loved rock music, and he was a pretty cool guy. Really helped me out in a lot of different areas. Really, really nice guy. And he had this car called a Hachiroku or 86. I think it's a Nissan, if memory serves me right. Chirankedo. But this friend of mine, he loved his car. He loved his car. In fact, he said he loved his car more than his girlfriend, and I believed him. So he let me practice in his car. Now, because I didn't really have a lot of practice time, I don't know how much it would have helped with passing the test, but it's better than nothing, right? And because there was no place to practice on my island, we had to go to a different place called Enoshima. Enoshima is a fairly big island. It's for a small island, it has, an average number of people. It's a proper city there. It's a proper town. So I was practicing on Enoshima Island one day, or Eno Island, and I was going for a right turn, right on the road. And these roads, they're country roads. This is not a big city. It's not Tokyo. They're not that big. They're not that busy. But I was nervous because this was literally my first time behind the wheel in Japan. Ever. I mean, ever. I was scared. I was shaking. You could hear the steering wheel just in tandem with the car engine as I shook. And I was going to take this right turn, right? I took the right turn, and I almost went into incoming traffic. We almost died. Oh my gosh, that was scary. So my friend, he got freaked out, of course. He got too freaked out. And after that, my driving time was over. Okay, no more driving practice for you, buddy. You're done. Okay, fair enough. I can't blame him. That was his only car, and I sucked at driving. Fair enough. Okay, so that leaves me with one, and only one, way to practice. So, thank God, fortunately, the driver's license center in Matsuyama, they have a map of the course, right? So I got this course, I printed it out, and I just did image training. And basically, I memorized the map, and they circled, or they tracked where I was supposed to be going. Because depending on the type of test you're taking, your route on that map is going to change. So they highlighted the places I was going to drive, so I memorized that map to the T. I mean, even if I closed my eyes, I could see every single detail of that map. I could see the line where I was supposed to be driving. And while memorizing that, while looking at that map, I imagined myself driving, right? Taking the turns, doing the dips, putting on my signal light, not messing up, saying my commands. Okay, turning right. Sayu yosh. Left is okay. Right is okay. Okay, let's go. That's what I was doing. And I did that time and time and time again, every single day. If I was at school, where I worked, and there was some downtime, or if I was in between classes, I whipped my map out, I closed my eyes, and I transported myself to the Matsuyama Driver's License Center. And beside me, I saw this stern Japanese man, this old man. He's grizzled. If he was an American, he might be like R. Lee Ermey, this drill sergeant guy with these big, bushy white eyebrows that look like caterpillars covered in snow. That's the guy I was imagining. The hardest, meanest, toughest guy you can ever think of, because that's how I thought it was going to be. No joke. No mercy. So I saw this guy beside me, and he was always being tough on me, He was yelling. He was telling me, that's wrong. No. Chaude! Go here! Oh, he didn't say Chaude. That's the Osaka band. That's the Osaka dialect. I don't know any EO band. I forgot. But anyway, he was speaking this really firm, strong Ehime dialect. I had no idea what he was saying. I was nervous. I was sweating. And that's what I imagined. Okay. So, after I overcame that particular wall, after I jumped over that wall and got that challenge done, there was only one more left. And that was the language barrier. So at that time, I wasn't really that great at Japanese. I knew basic Japanese. I could speak and I could listen to like daily conversation, but there was no way on God's green earth I was going to get through all the procedures, the paperwork, and all the lingo, dingo, fingo of all the special Japanese they would use in the driver's license center. What's more, the driver's license center was managed by, I think I'm not really sure what we would call it in English, but I think it's the Anzen Unten Kyokai. Basically, the driver's safety committee and the police. And the police in Japan, these guys are tough, man. These guys are tough. Now, they're good guys, don't get me wrong, but they're strict, man. They don't really smile at you, you know? There's some nice police officers who smile at you, but for the most part, they're all business. And if you don't know English, if you don't know Japanese in the driver's license center, they don't really make it easy for you. Let's face it, every single person in every single driver's license center in every single country does not want to be there. They don't want to see your mug, man. They don't want to see your mug. They don't care where you're from. They don't care what you want. They just want you out of there. And I knew that. That's fair enough. I ain't mad at them. But anyway, there was no way I was going to get to these tough police officers with very little Japanese, right? There was no way. So I employed the help of a young man. Well, I wouldn't say young, but he was maybe middle-aged. Really nice guy from Matsuyama. The Matsuyama has this organization, this non-profit organization, and they basically help foreigners with anything they need in Japan. It can be translation, it can be paperwork, anything that a foreigner needs help with in Japan. As long as it's within their means, they'll help them out. And I needed a translator. And the thing is, we didn't have to pay for this. It was free. It was awesome. So this really nice guy came out for me on the day of, and he helped translate all the difficult stuff. And he was a volunteer, so I do want to shout out to him. I don't want to name him, of course, and he will probably never listen to this podcast, but I just like saying thank you. I think gratitude is important, and he's one of the guys who really helped me. So thanks, man. Thank you very much. Okay, so the day of, my heart was racing. We were right in front of the driver's license center. We walked in, doors open. It was pretty crowded. Now the thing is, with foreigners, and I don't remember, I might be wrong, but there can only be a certain number of foreigners who take this test per day. There's a limit. So you have to take a reservation. You have to make a reservation, and there's a limited number of reservations per day, right? So if I didn't pass this time, it might be a month, but whatever. I was prepared to handle that. So when we got there, there was a bunch of waiting and a bunch of paperwork and a bunch of waiting and a bunch of paperwork. And then there was more waiting and there was more paperwork. And after that, there was more waiting and there was more paperwork. Now, throughout all this, I was still trying to track, the map in my mind. Okay, I'm turning right here. I'm doing my gestures. I'm checking my mirror. I got my left mirror. I got my right mirror. I got my rear mirror. I'm turning on my signal light. Okay. That was going through my head the whole time. And then the moment of truth finally came. It was time for the driving test, baby. And I was ready. Even if I lost, even if I failed, I was going to give this my all, man. My all. It was do or die. So I was expecting the grizzled old guy to come up with his caterpillar eyebrows, but it wasn't. It was this 30-ish, maybe mid 30-ish year old woman. And she was actually kind of cute, to be honest with you, with her police uniform on and, her little hair. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's a woman in uniform is just attractive. It's very attractive. And she was clean, man. Like, she looked good in her uniform. It wasn't like tight or anything, but she just looked professional. And she didn't really smile, but I think that's what made me attracted to her. She was like this stern looking woman, but she looked like a good person. Sometimes she smiled. And man, she was so cute. I swear she was so cute. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So let's go back to the driving test. So while I was driving, I was shaking. Just like in my imagination, everything went just as I imagined, except for the cute police officer. You could hear the steering wheel shake as my hands shook. And I was focused, man. Like I was in the zone. And I was sweating. I mean, it was pretty hot outside, to be honest with you. What's more, I was nervous, you know. You sweat when you're nervous. But you know what, guys? To be honest with you, I was doing a lot better than I expected I would. Like I was making my turns. I was doing my commands. I was saying what I was gonna do. I was checking my mirrors. Like I was king, baby. I was like, yeah, girl, come on, look at this. Look at this female police officer. I'm doing it. Near the end of the test, I was taking a right turn, or was it a left turn? I don't remember. Anyway, I was turning, and I went to put on my signal light. But that didn't happen. I don't know why, but I didn't turn on the signal light. I turned on the wing. I turned on the, what do you call that thing in English? Oh, what is that? Oh my God, I'm forgetting English. I put on the windshield wiper fluid. That one, that button. I hit that button on mistake. Oh crap. Are you serious? I got this far? Gosh, are you serious? Ugh! There's no way I passed this test. Now, of course, I didn't say that out loud. I was cool as a cucumber in ice in Antarctica. But in my mind, man, I was so angry. I was so angry at myself. How could you do that, man? You got this far. But you know what? Whatever. I got this far, so I might as well keep going. I was going to finish this test no matter what. Even if I fail, forget about it. I'm going to do it. So, I drove to the end. I ran the test. I got to the goal. I got to the finish line. So the cute police lady told me, "Otsukare-sama," which basically means, well, it's almost impossible to translate, but good job, or you're finished, or thank you, right? It literally means you are tired, or you look tired. And I was torn. I was ragged, man. Can't believe I made a stupid, simple mistake like that. You know, if it was going in the opposite lane, I could see. But the windshield wiper? Really? Are you serious? Man, I screwed up. I have to do this one more time. Yeah, it is what it is. So this is what I was thinking while I was sitting down waiting for the police officer to come back with a nice little smile. And when she came back, she told me the results. Yeah, I know. I failed. Wait, huh? What? I passed? Wait, what do you mean? I passed? Yeah, that's right, folks. I passed. And the cute police lady gave me this faintest sliver of a smile. So cute. And honestly, I'm really thankful for her too. I think that maybe she was just a little merciful on me. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But if it weren't for her, if she weren't my teacher or my coach in the car, I wouldn't have my license. So I really thank these two people, my friend with the car and the cute police lady as well. Like, you guys will probably never listen to this, but thank you so much. I appreciate everything you did for me on that day. And because I got my license, when I moved from Ehime to the place I wanted to live, Hiroshima, I was able to get a job. And the job required me to have a car, or required me to have a license. And if I didn't have the license, I probably would not have gotten the job. So I was so happy. Yeah. I wanted my driver's license, and I got it. So, what about you guys? For all my foreigners out there, and my Japanese speakers too, I suppose. But if you've ever had the Gaimen Kirikai, or if you just had to take the driver's license test in Japan, how was it? Did you pass on your first try? Did you have a cute police officer in your car? Did you put on the windshield wiper when you wanted to put on the winker? Let me know. Drop a comment in the comments section. Well, time flies when you're having fun, and our time has flown. Thanks for coming out today, folks. Yankee in Japan's intro music was Hard Soul by Runny Beats. Background music provided by Astro Boy. Also, Space Jam by Creep Labs. Broke Up by Soul Place. And lastly, November by Junkie. Cause even in December, we can still party like November, baby. And I'll see you next time.